Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at the combat patrol for the Chaos Space Marines and talk about all the models that come inside the box and how we can use them to start a Chaos Space Marine force. Now, we'll go through and talk about all the units in this box set in turn, talking about what all of them do on the tabletop. We'll then take a look at some other units we can expand upon this box set with, and then finally we'll give you a little sample 1000 point armor list for you to use and some inspiration to create your own 1000 points first army of Chaos Space Marines. Now, to start us off, we have the Dark Apostle. This is a Chaos Space Marine priest. He can chant and invoke different litanies. He's generally got access to a lot of buff and debuff abilities, not a lot of direct damage stuff available through prayers. Like normal for a lot of armies, generally when you're getting these priests, they're going to do buffs and debuffs for a lot of your force. His Dark Disciples around him give him some additional bonuses, where each time this unit chants a prayer, the unit contains any Dark Disciple models. You can add one to the dice to determine if the prayer is successful, which is really nice. And there's, just some really cool things. He's also got his Demagogue aura as well, which is a Legion core units around him, and Legion cultists within 6 inch can use his leadership instead of theirs, which is definitely really good. He's leadership 10, so nice there. Other than that, he's got his Accursed Crozius as well, +2 strength, damage 2 weapon, really nice. Now, alongside him, the Dark Disciples, as we mentioned, are part of his unit now in the new Chaos Space Marines Codex. We then have 10 Chaos Space Marines, or as they're called in the box, Legionnaires. You'll find people probably talk about them in both names. Now, the Legionnaires are pretty stock standard. They have 2 wounds apiece, which is really nice. And you've got access to a variety of different weapon options and a variety of different ways, really, in how you can load this unit out. The Aspiring Champion can choose to take a Demon Blade, Plasma Pistol, and some other weapon options from the melee weapons list. Your Aspiring Champion can also take some pistols. And then you've got one model can be equipped with a Chaos Icon, which is going to give you access to, each time you take a combat attrition test for the bearer's unit, you can add one to your combat attrition test roll. Once again, just getting you better leadership ability on the table on top of that Dark Apostle's ability. You can swap out and choose bolt pistols and chainswords or bolters in any combination you want. You can have a single heavy chain axe within the unit, which is really nice. Getting a +4 strength weapon in there, -4 AP and damage 2. So you do subtract 1 from your hit rolls with that giant chain axe. And on top of that, you can also take a Balefire Tome, which will actually make one of your characters in there a Psyker, which is pretty cool. Now, the next unit we've got is Havocs. They are pretty stock standard Space Marines. They're really not much too different stat-wise than your Chaos Space Marines. The big thing here is you get access to heavy weapons in the unit. And you can take a variety of different heavy weapons on your Havoc units, which is really nice. And so with those Havocs, you can have things on your Sergeant as well. He actually starts with a Flamer, and you can choose to upgrade it to one of the various different special weapons. But you can also choose to have things like Las Cannon or the Auto Cannons or some other weapon options on them as well. They can generally be combined in many different ways to give you access to either horde killing or armored killing, and nice sort of versatile unit. Lastly, we have the Hellbrute, who can have a couple of different weapon options and both close combat and his shooting. He's got the nice big Power Scourge, or my favourite, the Hellbrute Hammer for ×2 strength, -4 AP, damage D6 is probably my favourite. I like just the swinginess on that. It can all of a sudden just hit like an absolute brick. Shooting wise, the Plasma Cannon is probably my favourite, with the Hellbrute Plasma Cannon, heavy D3, strength 8, -3 AP, damage 3. Unlike a normal Plasma Cannon, it's always sort of got the ability to overcharge. It's always an overcharged Plasma Cannon. But with all of that said, let's take a look at some other units we can use to expand upon this initial box set with. And so the first unit I want to take a look at is the Cultist Mob. Now, there are varying different cultists in the Chaos Space Marine army now, which is really cool. You've got the Cultist Mob, Accursed Cultists, and some other cool things as well. But I think just a regular Cultist Mob is a great way to expand upon your first army. This will get you a nice second troops choice, so you can put all your Chaos Space Marines in a single unit. But this will get you something cheap. 20 cultists is 100 points, which is really nice. They can have 3 different special weapons per 10 in the unit. or rather, you get 3 at 15, and then you can take your other 3 in the last 5 of your 20, which are a cultist grenade launcher, a flamer, and a heavy stubber in there. You've got the brutal assault weapons, which are nice, and then you can also take a bolt pistol on your sergeant as well, which is pretty cool. So there's a lot of different weapon options for them. They're generally just really good chaff. They have really low leadership, but once again, if you've got them near that Dark Apostle, they actually have leadership 10. Now, the Chaos Space Marine Rhino, I think, is the first transport to maybe look into to protect one of your units. You can pick up things like Land Raiders, but they are much more points. And at 1,000, you're probably not going to find something to stick in. So the reason I've got the Chaos Space Marine Rhino is I do recommend Chosen first. The reason I like Chosen is because they can be built into shooting options, which is generally better coming out of a non-assault vehicle like your Rhino, meaning they can get all their shots out of this thing. Now, your Chosen have a variety of different weapon options available to them. You can take 2 plasma pistols per 5. You can take 2 combi weapons per 5 as well, which is really cool. And you can also take some accursed weapons on the unit as well. They are slightly better than your average Space Marine, as you would expect for a elite unit. So you've got a couple of different options you can do with your Chosen, which is really nice. And then you've got some other nice abilities as well on them. The Chosen, where the first time this unit destroys an enemy unit until the end of the battle, this unit is considered to be engaged in wanton destruction, wanton massacre, and wanton slaughter, which are a bunch of really nice abilities for your army. And so, lastly, we have the Possessed. Now, these are just another unit I wanted to talk about because I think these guys later on are another good combat option for your army. Definitely can play along with the fact you've taken some Chosen a more shooty role down the line. Your Possessed are really just going to go in and absolutely rip face. They have some tremendous damage dealing potential on them. Able to just absolutely rip things apart in close combat. With all of that said though, let's look at how we can put this into a army. And so here we have our sample army list for the Chaos Space Marines. Now, obviously, 1,000 points. We're 995 points, so there's 5 points you could play around with somewhere if you want to. We are not spending any of our starting 3 CP because our Warlord is in this detachment. Now, our Warlord is going to be the Dark Apostle. He's going to have no Chaos Mark, and he's going to have the Prayer, which is going to be Soul Terror Portent, which is going to give +1 to wound available to either a friendly Legion Core, Legion Cultist, or Legion Character unit within 6 inch of the priest. So pretty cool. Now, besides him, moving into troops, we have our Chaos Cultist unit of 20 models. We've got a bolt pistol on the sergeant. We then have 2 grenade launchers, 2 flamers, 2 heavy stubbers, and another 13 cultists with auto guns. You could definitely choose to make them auto pistols and bolt pistols if that's what you wish to do. The option is really there, what you're wanting to do. Alongside that, we have a Chaos Space Marines. We've got a Chaos Icon in the unit, an Aspiring Champion there with a Demon Weapon. We've then got 5 Chaos Space Marines with bolt guns, and then a Heavy Chain Axe in the unit. We've then got a Reaper Chain Cannon, Melty Gun, and then we also have the Balefire Tome model in there with Prescience, which is +1 to hit. In our elite slot, we have 5 Chosen in there with the Mark of Zinch, which is really nice. This is just going to help our Chosen be that little bit more survivable. The Mark of Zinch is once per turn. The first time a saving throw is failed for the unit, the damage characteristic of that attack is changed to 0. Really nice. And if that unit has the icon keyword, each time a model in the unit makes a ranged attack, improve the armor penetration of that attack by 1. So pretty nice on our shooting loadout. We've got 2 models in the unit with combi plasmas, and the rest have accursed weapons. We've also got a Chaos Icon in the unit. Our Hellbrute has got the Hellbrute Hammer and the Hellbrute Plasma Cannon. We then got Havocs in the army, 4 of them with Reaper Chain Cannons, really just there to mow down troops. A Chaos Rhino with Havoc Launcher as well. Now, we've chosen to go for the Legion Black Legion in this one. It's pretty nice. It's just going to give us some extra bonuses when we charge. We're going to get +1 on our charges, and then we're also going to get the ability to get some extra bonuses to our leadership. So the army's not going to run. I think Black Legion for me is just a really solid chapter, or rather legion, to start with for Chaos Space Marines. It's got a lot of just basic sort of abilities that are going to help you do the core things in the game nicely. With that all said, if you've got some ideas for your own Chaos Space Marine forces using this combat patrol box, let us know down in the comments below what you've got planned. And so that's the end of the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come and chat more with me, a number of members of our fine little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in our video's description to our Discord server. Finally, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so either by Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked down in the comments below. As a special thank you to those Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, James, Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising 8, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, and Giappy390. And a special thank you as well to Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Yun, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Pink Nico Fire, and Robin Mankiller, our YouTube members. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.